This is exactly right.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards, now streaming on Hulu.
Goodbye. Everyone loves the idea of spending an afternoon curled up with a good book.
Well, grow up, because it's almost impossible.
Luckily, you can take your next great story with you on Audible.
Audible has a massive selection of titles to choose from, including This American Life, new books by Michael Connelly, along with classics from Agatha Christie, and so much more.
Whether you want a mystery, a true crime story, or something completely different, there's always something new to listen to.
New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com/MFM.
Audible, stories that speak to you.
Goodbye.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Hello.
And welcome
To my favorite murder.
the Minisode.
That's right. We read you your stories.
Same every week, same every time.
Come on. Stop asking stupid questions.
Even if you didn't know what we were about to do, we would start and you would know. It's that easy. You want to go first?
Sure. Okay, an unexpected mountain rescue. And then this A-type personality person wrote in the title, 3.5-minute read. I don't think that was Alejandra, but I think that was this person writing in the name, like, listen, it's quick. Just like, let's get to it.
Yeah, this person is strategizing, how do I get this email read? And it's like, yes, tell us what's coming. Everyone loves that.
I love it.
Perfect.
Hi, ladies. This is a story about how I was involved with the miraculous rescue of a lost hiker. A few years ago, months after the pandemic had started, I was on a 7-day backpacking trip in a very remote mountain range in British Columbia with 3 other ladies. Jesus.
I was just going to say, have you heard of hotels? They're so much better.
Have you heard of laying by a pool and napping?
Have you heard of literally not leaving the house? Okay.
Mwah, chef's kiss. That's my favorite trip. On the first day of our trip, we were already departing the network of trails to follow our own very thoroughly planned route deep into the mountain range. This person's such a planner, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
When in the distance, through binoculars, we spotted something orange and clearly man-made on the other side of the valley a few miles away. It was in the direction we were heading in, and we tried to guess what it could be for the next 2 hours. A food cache? An old parachute? We finally made it to a small lake we planned to camp out for the night, dropped our packs, and proceeded up the slope toward the orange object in question. What we stumbled upon was an eerie sight to my true crime addict brain. The orange item was a tent fly blown onto some bushes.
Oh.
There was an unassembled tent lying on the ground, an open backpack, 1 flip-flop, and 2 charging cables strewn about. It appeared as though someone had stepped away for a minute while setting up camp and never returned. We went through the backpack and found a phone with plenty of battery life and a full bottle of prescription medication. From the inconvenient, sloped location of the camp, as well as the cheap and inadequate gear, it was evident we were dealing with someone inexperienced. The remoteness of this provincial park and the fact that for the entire day we only encountered 2 people hiking out, nor would we meet anyone else for the next 7 days, made the discovery of the camp really strange and creepy. There was no sign of anyone nearby. We called out and searched the area, but it was totally silent. And I was getting myself overhyped with adrenaline, coming up with all sorts of insane explanations, including murder.
How could you not?
Yeah, of course. The sun was nearly setting, and we had to go set up our own camp and far away from this one. We used our InReach satellite communicator to text the info we found on the prescription bottle to our contact, who then got in touch with the police. We were asked to check back on the camp in the morning before search and rescue would be initiated. I barely slept that night in my fortress of thin nylon tent walls. Can you imagine how scary, like going to bed that night?
Yeah, because the first thing I thought of was a bear came and immediately ate that person.
Totally.
So then you're just kind of like, oh, we're here too now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
In the morning, we returned and confirmed that everything remained untouched, and then proceeded with our hiking plans, knowing that more competent people were on their way to deal with the situation. For the next 3 days, we watched as helicopters flew all over the mountain range and valleys, searching from day until evening. Finally, on the third night, we got a message that the lost hiker had been found alive.
Whoa.
Yeah. Apart from some minor wounds and dehydration, he was thankfully okay. By the time we found his camp, he was already lost and had spent 2 nights out in the cold, barefoot and in just a t-shirt and shorts.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then another 2 nights while search and rescue looked for him. He was discovered only a mile away from his campsite, which he had wandered away from in search of water. This young guy in his early 20s was dealing with mental health issues, which is probably why he had made so many poor decisions. Since he was only expected to return in 5 days and got lost on his first day, nobody would have started looking for him until it may have been too late. Our satellite device allowed us to share the exact coordinates of his camp, no doubt speeding up the search a little bit. On our last day of the trip, the weather changed from mild late summer temperatures to the first snowstorm of the season, which would have definitely thwarted any efforts at rescue. We ended the trip completely soaked to the bone, but totally elated at the incredible and successful rescue. Of course, we were only the messengers. The real heroes are the search and rescue folks, most of whom are volunteers. Stay sexy and don't go out into the wilderness alone, Anna.
I mean, now I feel bad about the hotel comment, because if Anna and her friends weren't out there,
yes,
that would have been a totally different situation. And that's so unfair. A person who might be experiencing some sort of lack of equilibrium, suddenly now this is just a life and death situation.
Terrifying.
Horrible. Also, I went to get my mail the other day with no shoes on and I almost died. So the idea that this guy was like in the mountains with no shoes on. Ugh.
And just a mile away from camp, like didn't mean to like take off.
No, just had was just basically running some ideas that there needed to be another person to say, hey, should we do it this way?
Yeah.
And someone could go, not at all.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Totally.
Camping, there's an argument to be made against it. Okay. This says a jury duty reunion story. Hi, MFM Empire. I've been jumping up and down every time you mention jury duty stories because I already sent you one. I'm not mad at it, though. I know you're busy, ladies, so I'm just resending and crossing my fingers again. About a decade ago, when I was in my early 30s and still had some residual hope and idealism about the world, I got summoned for jury duty. Stay in there, stay strong. I live in San Diego, and if you're registered to vote, you get summoned pretty much every year, so this was not a new thing. But at the time, I was working a very stressful office manager job, and the idea of taking a few days off to sit in a jury box on some easy drug charge case seemed like a mini vacay. During jury selection, we were warned that this case would take about 2 weeks, and I was excited to be the last juror selected. Sorry, boss, gotta go do my civic duty. The man on trial was arrested in a series of raids on local marijuana dispensaries. This was before weed was legal recreationally in California, and at the time, it was only allowed to be distributed with a med card and as a part of a growing co-op, which meant that you weren't supposed to profit off of it. Each person in the co-op was responsible for contributing in some way to the growth and cultivation of the product, and they alone could partake. This case actually generated some media interest because the decision would affect how prosecutors would proceed with other similar cases resulting from the raids. So we were treated to the whole sketch artists / cameras outside the courtroom hoopla. Wow. I've never been into weed, and in parentheses it says, though now a bit older, I enjoy an occasional half gummy because that's all I can handle.
Amen.
And it is the perfect amount.
It is.
But I was never opposed to others who enjoyed it responsibly and thought they should make it legal already. However, the law is the law, and I was determined to make my decision based on what was legal. I sat through 2 weeks of evidence showing very clearly that this man accepted cash for marijuana, and even though he technically had customers fill out membership cards, there was no co-op going on. He obviously was guilty. Funny thing, though, when we went into jury deliberations, we dutifully reviewed all the evidence, and though most of us agreed that he was pretty guilty, we wanted to review the law carefully to make sure he was legally guilty. And as it turns out, at the time, medical marijuana and co-op laws were so new that they hadn't been fully hashed out yet. The law was literally one sentence long and said something to the effect of, co-op members must contribute to the cultivation of the crop. One juror pointed out that it didn't clarify what constituted a contribution.
Yeah.
And couldn't cash be considered contributing? We tried to get clarification from the judge, who's just said, quote, "That is the law as it is written. I cannot clarify further." So after just a few short hours, we all agreed that money could technically be considered a contribution, and we found the man not guilty.
Yes.
Yeah, we made the local news, and one of our jurors did a TV interview basically saying what a stupidly written law that was. Flash forward a few months later, my boyfriend and I attended a Major League Baseball game, and after the game, we were on the way out of the stadium, and I heard someone behind us yelling, "Hey." I didn't even turn around at first because I didn't think it was for me, but then I felt a tap on my shoulder, so I turned around. I didn't recognize the man in front of me at first, but then he said, "Hey, I just wanted to say thank you. You were on my jury." My jaw dropped to the ground as recognition finally set in. I was so freaked out that all I could say was, "Oh my God, you're welcome." Then I laughed awkwardly and we walked away. Many things went through my head after that. First, what if we found him guilty? Second, could he have found me if he was looking? No, if you found him guilty, he'd be in jail. Third, that man stared at 12 people who would decide the next few years of his life for 2 weeks. Of course he recognized me.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid of this man necessarily. He seemed like a family man who was just trying to get by in life. During the trial, he seemed respectful and engaged, and the emotion and relief in his face was satisfying when the not guilty verdict was read. But it never occurred to me before that when you are a jury of peers, it's entirely possible you will meet again.
Wow.
Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for all the years of entertainment. Your fun banter has been almost as good as anxiety meds for me for the past few years. And I try to save episodes to get me through tougher days. But I'm caught up, so I just may have to start over. Karen, I could listen to you read a phone book if they were still a thing. Oh, thanks. Sorry, that's a one-sided compliment that it sounds like I picked to say. Stay sexy and try to get out of jury duty. That's the lesson. That's the lesson at the end of the email. Robin, she, her. Stay sexy and try to get out of jury duty.
Oh my God. I love that they were so responsible that they were like, let's read the law. They didn't just like rely on the lawyers' arguments. That's so cool.
Yes. And I think that's one reason I like this email. And the second part is to put together when you are deciding the fate of someone, that's a human being that you might see at
Totally.
think of it as a family man who is there at the same baseball game that you like.
Yeah.
What would you want to do then? Send them to
Totally.
living hell in the prison system?
For arbitrary laws about a drug that is better for you than alcohol, some would argue. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Whatever. I just like that. Thought that was a good one.
Whatever. Say yes to drugs.
Say, look,
Say maybe
hey,
to drugs.
consider the option of drugs. Half a gummy to go to sleep?
Say perhaps.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards, now streaming on Hulu.
Goodbye. Grocery shopping seems like it should take 20 minutes.
And then 2 hours later, you're standing at the checkout with a frozen pizza and 6 different types of chips.
Lucky for you, there's Hungry Root.
Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped in one. They'll take care of the weekly grocery shopping and recommend groceries and meals tailored to you.
Once you tell them about your goals and preferences, they fill your cart with personalized recommendations. And those recommendations get smarter as Hungry Root learns more about what you did or didn't like.
Most of Hungry Root's recipes can be made in just 15 minutes or less. You can't get any easier than one pan shakshuka. I've always said that.
Yeah, I love the convenience and also the fact that I don't have to go park anywhere.
Thank God Hungry Root's around to help us shop and help us build really healthy and delicious meals.
For a limited time, get 40% off your first order, plus get a free item in every box for life.
Go to hungryroot.com/MFM and use code MFM.
That's hungryroot.com/MFM, code MFM to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. Goodbye.
The Unsolvable Key Mystery. Hiya, friends. I've been listening since you guys used to name every episode with a number pun. Remember? Your voices have helped me through like 6 or 7 surgical recoveries, and I'm so grateful. I don't know if you've ever asked for stories like this, but this is something that has been gnawing at my insides for nearly 2 decades. And even if no one reads this email, I think just writing it all down will make me feel a little better. When I was 11, my dad sat on the edge of his old black leather recliner and called me over. He handed me a key that was small with a rounded top and said, "Steph, if anything ever happens to me, remember I'm hiding this key in our grandfather clock." I watched as he placed the key in a hidden drawer inside the clock that I hadn't even known was there.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. Can we pause to say I've never heard of hidden drawers inside of grandfather clocks. Have you?
No, but of course it makes sense. They're so creepy.
If anybody has what they found inside a grandfather clock in the hidden drawer, you will get moved to the front of the line because that is the ultimate.
Or go, if you have a grandfather clock, go fucking see if it has a hidden drawer.
Yeah. Or when you go to that estate sale this weekend, open up the grandfather clock.
Totally. My 11-year-old mind didn't really understand what had just happened. Besides, my dad had a really dry sense of humor, so maybe it was just a joke that I didn't get. And it wasn't like he could have been serious, right? What could possibly happen to your dad when you're a little kid? Everyone you know at that age is invincible. But of course, only 4 months later, my dad was hospitalized. When I was 12, my dad died from complications from a very large brain tumor after suffering for 8 months in the hospital. The night he died, I remember running to the clock and handing the hidden key to my mom, thinking that she would know the other half of the mystery. Maybe I knew where the key was hidden and she would know what the key opened, like the treasure in a movie about pirates. Life is so rarely that neat, though of course I didn't understand that at age 12. My mom had never heard of the hidden key before. We made a list of things the key could possibly go to: a bank lockbox, a portable lockbox that he maybe have hidden somewhere, maybe a padlock or even a door key to a place we had never seen. My dad was a wonderful person, but unsolved mysteries like that really made your mind spin out and wonder how well you really knew someone. None of those possibilities ever went anywhere despite searching. Over the years, as we went through his old things, we found 4 more keys hidden in the house. But the time frame to ask more people about it had passed, as the same genetic disease that killed my dad has since killed his whole family, and nearly me too several times.
So scary.
During his life, my dad spoke of owning stock in Pepsi and also putting away money each month for me to go to college, but we never found any paperwork about those things. Were those documents in the lockbox we never found? It has now been 22 years, and although I still have all the hidden keys from my childhood, I really do wonder if the key solved some great mystery leading to a treasure, or if simply creating the mystery surrounding the key was his last dry joke. Stay sexy and don't leave an unsolvable mystery behind when you die, Stephanie.
Is it unsolvable, Stephanie?
I bet her dad was just trying to put some wonder in her life, don't you think?
Yes, could be. But promising like future money, it makes me just go, can't you go to like a key expert? Can't you go to an antique store?
Yes, I was thinking that, or like, I wish we had photos of the key we could put on the Instagram, because I know someone would be like, yeah, that's a lockbox key for at this bank or whatever, somehow.
Yeah, to crowdsource that shit and solve it.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephanie. Oh,
How wild is that?
that is amazing. And it immediately makes me think of those stories when people donate couches to the Goodwill and then they're stuffed with cash.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, people. Oh, okay. Subject line of this one is Ghost Grandma. Hi, guys. You asked for ghost stories, so here we go. Towards the latter end of her life, my grandmother became a big believer in spirit visitors. One day, after sharing her latest ghostly experience, she tells me that if strange things seem to happen after she's passed on, please not to be afraid that it's only her saying hello. Fast forward now about 5 years, Grandma has passed on, and I have brought my first baby home from the hospital. That night, all hell breaks loose in the house. Lights in multiple rooms turn themselves on at different times through the night. The fan turns itself on at full speed. The dog's collar randomly goes missing off of his neck.
What?
And a small knickknack starts rocking on its own. I wonder aloud if this could be Grandma saying hi, turn off the last of the lights, and nothing else happens after that. Once our daughter developed the ability to control her facial expressions, she started to look like she was having, quote unquote, conversations with the air, staring intently at a specific place in front of her while laughing, pausing, waiting, surprised look, more laughing. This continued on and off until she was about 1.5 years old. By now, she has added her baby talk nonsense to her side of the quote unquote conversation. By this time, after a brief exchange, she then runs to the window and stands there waving and calling bye. In parentheses, again, no one is visible. After she waved goodbye, all these conversations stopped. I filed this under probably creepy stuff kids do, but maybe Grandma, and let it go. Fast forward again, and now our daughter is 3, and we've just moved into a new house. I decided to dedicate a wall to family pictures that we didn't previously have room for, so she's never seen these pictures before. As I hung the picture of my grandparents on the wall, my daughter suddenly stops in her tracks, points, and asks, "Who's that?" "This is my grandma and grandpa." Her response, "Oh, from when I was a baby?" She's 3.
Oh.
And she walks away, leaving me to pick up my jaw off the floor. Stay sexy and love you too, Grandmommy Jean. Lindsay.
Oh, from when I was a baby?
Like what? I love when babies call themselves babies.
I know.
That's the cutest.
Oh my God. I love that idea. I love that thought.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah. All right. My last one's just called Trash Dad. It's really funny. Hello to all humans and animals alike. The setting for this story, a 24-hour, all-ages soccer tournament where all the proceeds were donated to the Pediatric Cancer Society. Another thing to note, my dad is playing in a 30 and over, all caps, non-competitive, keyword, league. Most of the adults that play in this part of the tournament are just there to have fun, get some exercise, and raise money for kids with cancer. Not my dad, though. He plays to win. Picture a severely humid August day in Pennsylvania. My dad is playing his 3rd or 4th game when his body naturally starts to feel the effects of all the strenuous exercise he's been doing. Leaning into his competitiveness, my dad decides to physically tackle anyone with the ball. If you're not familiar with the sport of soccer, there's no tackling involved, especially at a tournament for pediatric cancer.
Non-competitive.
Yeah. This ruthless tactic started to really anger the other team's family and friends that gathered to watch. So in a totally reasonable response, they started to boo him. Instead of gracefully taking himself out of the game, my dad responds by turning towards the crowd and flipping everyone off. He still had to be asked to vacate the field. While my dad was literally being chased out by an angry mob, my younger sister, who was 10 years old at the time, decided to make a little bracelet stand at this tournament. Not only did she volunteer her time, she stayed at her stand for 14 hours straight and donated all of her proceeds to pediatric cancer. She even received an award by the tournament's organizers for her selflessness.
Oh.
My dad's biggest mantra to my sister and I growing up was always, be better than me. And I think this story perfectly encompasses that. Disclaimer, my dad is not always this angry and is an amazing girl dad. SSDGM and keep your dad away from all competitive activities, Kylie.
Also, sorry, I could not play half of a soccer game. Like the level of cardio. And this guy played 3 or 4?
3 or 4 in a humid Pennsylvania summer.
He probably didn't have one electrolyte or whatever is important. Maybe those are fake, but he needed Gatorade really bad. He needed orange slices so badly.
Yeah. Again,
and he lost his shit.
Have people heard of hotels and sitting by a pool for pediatric cancer? Just
How about 2 soccer games max, and that's everyone's limit, even international superstar soccer players.
Definitely.
Because holy shit, what are you doing? This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards, now streaming on Hulu.
Goodbye. In the summer, healthy habits are easy to keep until you leave the house.
You walk out the door, and the next thing you know, you're barefoot and feral in a gas station candy aisle.
That's why Kachava makes it easy to maintain your routines.
Kachava is an all-in-one nutrition shake, and now it comes in new travel packs.
Every packet gives you a simple shake with protein, fiber, vitamins and minerals, greens, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more.
They're easy to toss into a bag, easy to take on the road, and a simple way to stick with your normal wellness habits, even when your schedule changes.
Man, that Kachava matcha in the individual packs is like my dream snack. It's exactly what I need and want in between the not great meals I'm eating for lunch and the snacks I would have had anyways that are terrible for me. Like this is something I feel like I'm treating myself when I take.
You're treating yourself to vitamins, fiber, all these things that your body really wants and needs and kind of craves that it does seem like it takes a big effort to get. So now you're getting it all in one packet and in a little drink you like.
Take your daily ritual with you.
Go to Kachava.com and use code MFM for 15% off your first order.
That's Kachava, KACHAVA.com, code MFM.
Goodbye. The future has an annoying habit of always showing up.
That's why now is a great time to start planning ahead.
Enter Acorns.
Acorns is a smart way to give your money a chance to grow. You can sign up in minutes and start automatically investing, even if it's your spare change.
The Acorns potential screen shows you the power of compounding and how your money could grow over time. You can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure you're always building towards your goals.
Whether you're just starting out or thinking about settling down, Acorns supports your big and small goals across every stage of life. Sign up now and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment.
Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns.
Head to acorns.com/MFM or download the Acorns app to get started.
Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns.
Tier 2 compensation provided, potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings.
Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk.
Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/MFM.
Goodbye. Okay. Here's my last one. And it just says a town full of sinkholes. Hi, I won't even try to come up with a clever greeting because I will overthink it and never write the rest of this email. I know Karen loves a good sinkhole story, so I thought you guys may enjoy the story of Schumacher, Ontario, a historic gold mining town around 8 hours north of Toronto. What the fuck? 8 hours north of Toronto must be just like...
Fields, prairies.
The Arctic, right? Is it Antarctica or the Arctic that's up there?
You're asking the wrong gal.
Okay, sorry. I thought you had a deep geographical understanding of northern Canada.
Didn't you know?
So disappointing. Gold mining in this area began in 1910, and since the local mines have produced around 80 million ounces of gold. Today's value is approximately $140 billion.
Holy shit.
Damn. through the extraction of hundreds of millions of tons of rock. One of the main historical mines, the McIntyre, is 4,250 feet deep, and it extends below the town of Schumacher. There are also many parts of the mine that are much shallower, lying just below the ground all around town. So shallow in some places, they can be accessed from people's basements.
Whoa.
There are historic records of mine workings collapsing and swallowing streets, vehicles, and buildings dating back to 1912.
Oh, shit.
So there's just a thin layer of earth and then just a hole underneath Schumacher, Ontario.
No, thank you.
Okay, there is one property which has fallen victim to 2 sinkholes, the first in 1963, where 3 buses parked on the property fell in and were buried under cement when the hole was filled in. Oh, so they just fell in and they're like, forget it. Get whatever you need out of these buses because we're filling them in with cement. The property collapsed again in 2004. There was a mechanic shop on the property, and one of the mechanics noticed the floor starting to heave and evacuated the area before the collapse. Thank God.
It was heaving.
It was heaving like an animal.
No.
Water had seeped into the old hole and eroded the cement capping the mine workings below. 12 cars and a tractor trailer fell into the hole. The property was subsequently condemned like many others in the area.
Wow.
The problem is so prevalent that when you buy a home in the area, there are clauses added to home insurance policies which state that if your house falls into mine workings, it is not covered by your insurance.
I fucking bet.
Shit.
Holy shit.
Damn. You know what you're doing if you're moving to Schumacher.
Yeah, totally.
Mining companies are currently working to map out as much of the old mines as possible to identify buildings at risk of getting sinkholed. That's now a verb.
I love it.
Hopefully, this story can bring you a few minutes of entertainment in exchange for the hours you have provided me. Your podcasts are integral to my biweekly 5-hour commute to the mine where I work. So thank you, an actual real miner.
Oh my God.
I feel starstruck.
A mine doctor. Wow.
It's so hard to be it's the hardest job there fucking is.
Absolutely. Besides motherhood.
And podcasting.
And podcasting.
Miner comes in third. Stay sexy and read the fine print on your insurance. Jacob. Hi. Hi, Canadian miner.
Wow, that's really cool. Send us your Canadian mine stories, guys.
Yes, if you have them. Does he listen to our podcast underground while he's mining?
Wow. What's the deepest someone's ever listened to our podcast, do you think?
The Mariana Trench. Let's hear it if you've been down. If you've been down to the bottom of the ocean,
Yeah.
try to beat Jacob.
Try it. We dare you.
He's like, I don't listen to you while I'm mining. That would drive me insane.
Thanks for listening. Send us your stories. If you want more of this, we have mini episodes in the fan cult.
Oh yeah, you can have ones no one else has heard.
That's right.
Stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie?
This has been an Exactly Right production.
Our producer is Alejandra Keck.
And this episode was engineered and mixed by Stephen Ray Morris.
Steven! Email your hometowns and fucking hoorays to myfavoritemurder@gmail.com.
Follow the show on Instagram and Facebook at My Favorite Murder and Twitter at My Fave Murder.
Goodbye. The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why they're Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but
they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye. The kids are back in school. Now it's your turn to head back to the beach.
During Cheap Caribbean's Back to Beach sale, save $200 site-wide on vacation packages of 4 nights or more with code 200BEACH.
Trade school drop-offs for beach walks, lunch boxes for beach bars, and your daily routine for adults-only relaxation.
Use code 200BEACH and get more beach for less money.
Book your beach vacay today at cheapcaribbean.com. Goodbye.
Bye.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.